Well, hi everybody, it's Jeff here once again with our Community-Werx program, our C-Werx program, and I wanted to introduce my friend Debbie today from the Dog Alliance. This is a wonderful organization here in Cedar Park and Leander. Does so many wonderful things, and we just had her in about a week ago, I guess, wasn't it? Last week, and she did a presentation here talking a little bit about the Dog Alliance, and we really wanted to, for those who couldn't be here for that, we wanted to bring her on and really talk about a little bit more and get it out to our grander audience, our bigger audience that's out there. So Debbie, thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure.
Once again, down below me is our subscription button. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you make sure you stay up on all this. So talk a little bit about our Dog Alliance and how it started here.
It started with a dog that we brought to school to do reading dog program.
Okay.
And it took us about 3 months for the principal to say that we could bring the dog in.
Okay.
And then once we were there, after about a month, we started getting calls from all the other principals in the area. Can we have a dog too?
Can you bring the dog too?
Yeah. So this was a long time ago,
Sure.
right? Where dogs weren't everywhere like they are now. So it was kind of radical, right?
And so when did the Dog Alliance start?
2006.
2006, okay.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Yeah.
a lot has changed.
It's
in
a massive
years.
amount, yeah.
Yeah. So that was part of it. And then I had a therapy dog that I was taking, and I brought her everywhere I went.
Okay.
And I had 4 kids. And so I said, oh, we could use the dog and we can make like a club for kids and they can learn all about dogs.
Okay.
And so it was like, the dog version of Boy Scout or Girl Scouts.
Okay. Cool.
But it really appealed to the kids that were kind of shy or didn't really always have something else, but they could relate to the dog.
Okay.
And so that was kind of the beginning of,
maybe there's something to this.
there's something here, right? We're onto something. And so then it grew from there. We did the after school programs. They were really successful. And again, it was always the kids that were kind of like on the outside that were most attracted or that benefited the most. So then we did summer camps.
Okay.
And so we applied the same principles, right? It's really fun to bring your dog to camp. And then again,
yeah, and you're actually going to camp with your dog.
With your dog,
yeah,
right?
Which is awesome.
It was a huge hit. So that, again, it just kind of, gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So, at some point, like 2009, 2010, we moved into a strip mall.
Okay.
We were like using rental spaces all over town. Most of it was in my house. So we moved in there, and it only took us a year or two, and we had outgrown it. So then we did a big, huge fundraising campaign, and very, very generous community donated all sorts of services, and we moved it to our current facility in Cedar Park.
Nice.
So,
and it's a beautiful facility.
Yes.
What was it before that?
It was a residence.
Okay. Yeah. So it's you. The first time I ever visited Debbie there, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to some kind of kennel thing, and it's going to be horrible. And I want to live there.
Yes.
It is beautiful. I mean, it's the most beautiful facility, and you've got all that land behind there and everything else. So if you've not had a chance to see it, it's right off of
New Hope
in Baghdad. Yeah. So go over there and visit, and Debbie can show you around, or somebody from there could show you around. It is gorgeous, gorgeous facility.
Thank you.
So talk a little bit about some of the services. What are your primary services that you offer?
So service dogs, which most people know about.
Yeah, Roxy's down here. She actually is really tired because she just had babies, and she's going to start snoring in a minute. So.
Yes. So we have the service dogs, and we train the dogs to serve veterans that either have post-traumatic stress related to combat and or mobility issues related to combat. Walker, cane, wheelchair, whatever it is that they have. So we train those dogs. Okay. This is a new program, a new venture here is adding in the breeding component. For the last 12 years of our organization, we were always pulling dogs from shelters, and we will continue to do that, but we're going to supplement with some labs that we breed.
Which that's pretty amazing though that you use shelter dogs, because people don't think of that. You can take a shelter dog, retrain them, or train them, and they can be used for the service. They don't have to be bred specifically for it.
Well, but the reason why we're adding on the breeding is it's hard to get a healthy dog that has the right temperament from the shelter, right?
That's exactly right.
Right, they're there, but we don't always have health and temperament, right? And so this will give us a little bit more, quality control.
Sure.
And
that's it.
Control the quality of
and that's and we were talking about this before we walked in here, talking about the breeding, and they're kind of breaking the mold of how breeders work, because they typically are looking at how a ranking of the male is and everything else, and you want to play with the dog.
Right. Temperament is they need to be breed standard.
Sure.
But I'm not going to compete on their looks. I want them to be good, solid dogs.
Good solid dogs, and both parents.
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome. So now you've got other programs though that you offer that you still do the summer camps and things, right?
Right. So we still have the Canine Kids summer camps.
Okay.
And it sells out every summer, every spot,
Awesome.
which is really good.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun because all summer long there's kids and dogs everywhere.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's a popular thing. We have a job skills program where we teach adults that have disabilities to work with the dogs, and then we get them jobs working with dogs.
Awesome.
So that's kind of cool. People don't really know we do that, but it's pretty rewarding. And then we have therapy teams.
Okay.
And therapy teams is a dog that's been trained, and they go with their handler, who is their owner, and they help other people.
Okay.
So they go to schools and they read. It's called Bow Wow Reading Dogs. They go to hospitals, nursing homes, the courts, the airport, places where there's a lot of stress. They're there.
They're there to just calm people down. So how does the Bow Wow reading work? Is it the handler reads and then the dog's there to just kind of be the...
No, it's for the reluctant reader.
Okay.
So,
interesting.
We try to pick kids that are below grade average. And a lot of times we try to pick someone that will benefit self-esteem wise, because the dog becomes their special buddy.
Sure.
And our really dedicated volunteers go every single week of a school year.
That's cool.
So they become, the dog and the handler become a consistent person in the child's life.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's benefits to that.
So then they read to the dog.
They read to the dog.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is great.
Yeah. It's pretty cool to watch. Like, if you're watching a kid that has ADD, like maybe they're moving all over.
They're just completely focused.
Yeah, you put the dog there, they pet, and they just calm down.
Yeah, and totally focus on, let me read to the dog.
Yep. It's pretty amazing to watch.
Yeah, it's an interesting way of combining both.
Right.
And combining a well-trained animal to do that too. Right. So what are some of the challenges that you face in nonprofits always have challenges of funding.
They always
but what
have
are some of the other things that are challenges for you specifically?
It's hard sometimes to balance you want to pay your employees and you want to pay them, they got bills like everyone else.
Yep.
And you want to give so many services to so many people.
Yeah.
And so sometimes balancing out like how much can we realistically do with the money that we have is a challenge.
Yeah.
Because it's, you always want to help more, but you got to pay your employees, right?
Yeah.
They're very important. So that's probably my biggest challenge is just.
It's not anything different from being a small business owner.
It's
the same thing. I got to pay my employees, but I also have to keep the lights on and be able to deliver for my clients too. And so same thing regardless. So.
Yeah.
What are some of the needs that you have, at your space over there?
So right now we have all the puppies.
Nice.
So we need toys, leashes, collars, heartworm preventative, just the basic things
stuff,
that everyone needs.
Having a puppy.
We always need yard work help.
Okay.
Our beautiful 7 acres, it needs to get,
It's growing season.
So that's always something that needs to be done. We always could use more.
If you're a landscape company that would like to donate landscaping.
Oh, God, we have us all out there going, oh, thank you.
Yes, and it's a lovely place to go out and mow. Lots of trees, so you're not out in the heat as much. So.
It's quite pretty.
Yeah, exactly. What are some things that people can volunteer and help out?
2 big areas to volunteer.
Okay.
One is if you have a dog that is really friendly, likes to go out, and you're kind of social yourself.
Okay.
If you can train your dog, and you can be a therapy team.
Okay.
We have, every school would take another handler and dog. Every nursing home would welcome another handler and dog.
Sure.
I mean, it's endless demand. So, and that's convenient because you can do it 7 days a week.
Okay. And you'll help train them.
We help train them, and we have the insurance. We place them in. We make sure that they're comfortable, that the site is already all set up. So that's one thing. If you want to work hands-on with the dogs, or maybe you don't have a dog, we have a group called Paws Pack,
Okay.
And these are the folks that help us train the dogs that are on property, the kennel dogs.
Okay.
So they cut up treats, they take them for walks, they throw the ball, and we have a training program within that volunteer structure. And so we have some people that came in and they're cutting up treats first, and now they're taking dogs like to the mall to practice out and about.
Nice.
So they've gotten enough training.
Yeah, they've worked up their way up to that point. That's huge.
They can go out with our trainers.
How long does it typically take for you to train your handlers?
If someone comes in and they have taken classes before and they're pretty comfortable, then 6 months, 8 months. I mean, they can't go out by themselves and solve everything, but they can go with us.
They pretty much,
Assuming that they already had some.
You feed them a treat when they do something right.
People love to take the dogs out, so it's
they'll work hard to get there.
Yeah, and it's a privilege when we're pretty darn particular about how the dogs are handled out in public. So it's a big honor if they make it that far.
That's huge. That's huge. Well, is there anything new coming up in your world here?
We have our 5Ks tomorrow.
Okay.
This isn't
very cool.
This out really quick.
Well, it probably we've missed it already.
Let's see. I will think of something else that's new in my world.
You've got a couple more events coming up here pretty soon, right?
Our next event will be the fall.
Okay, in the fall.
So
all right.
in the fall,
and this will be out there.
Okay. So come out up in the fall. We're going to do an event. Right now, it's still kind of in the formative stages, but we're thinking craft beers and chocolate.
And dogs.
And
you gotta
dogs.
love this.
Doesn't it sound
it's
nice?
Like everybody's we'll be all on board. I can tell you Ryan at Whitestone Brewery is in.
Okay.
Because he makes beer and he loves dogs.
There
so
you've
won him over, I can guarantee you already. So I'll put that challenge out to Ryan today.
So that's it.
So very cool.
Thank you.
Exciting. So thank you very much for both what you do.
Thank you.
And the wonderful animals that you provide for folks that really need that help. But just for what you do in the community. We really appreciate it, and it's so cool to have a local, group that, has done so much and really, I mean, it's not been that long.
No.
Only about 12 years.
No,
so
we're really
you've come a long way, and I mean, you've changed from when I first met you, it was the Austin Dog Alliance.
Right.
And you weren't in Austin.
Right.
So that change happened like in November-ish?
Yeah, last year.
So they are the Dog Alliance now
Right.
and are native to Cedar Park here, so we love having you.
Yes.
So thank you very much for coming out today.
Thank you.
Folks, if you want to help, Debbie, how do they get a hold of you guys?
So our website is thedogalliance.org, and it's actually THE, Dog Alliance.
Okay.
And you can just donate or click the button and send us a message.
Beautiful. And is there a volunteer button or anything on the
There
website?
is, yep.
Okay, very
Lots
cool.
of information on our website.
Perfect. So go to that. I would highly recommend, if you just want to go visit, go by, visit. They'll take you on a wonderful tour.
Yep. We're open 7 days a week.
You'll get to pet puppies.
Yes.
No matter where you're at, there was always a puppy there.
Yes.
So you can definitely pet them. And if you want to help out, this is a great organization to help. If you really have wanted to learn how to train dogs, it's a great opportunity to learn and get through that process and have lots of experience doing it.
Right. Well, I should probably mention a key thing is that we have classes for everybody.
Yeah.
Right? Puppies, adults, agility, rally, naughty dog classes. So
yeah, because you've got the whole setup in the back, the rally stuff, right?
Yeah. The agility. Yeah.
Yeah, the agility course out in the back. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
So
if you have a dog, you always are saying, I should train that dog.
Yep. Take them on over.
Bring them in and let's train them up. And if they're naughty, I always have people that say, oh, I'm so embarrassed to bring my bad dog, the untrained dog, to class. I'm like, but that's the whole point.
Purpose. Yeah.
We want your dog that's not trained. Come on in.
Yeah, we're going to help you get it trained.
Right.
So
don't be embarrassed. It's not trained.
Yeah.
Bring it in. Let's train it up.
Let's get them going.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, great. So, folks, like I said, help out if you can. Get involved. It's always these opportunities to get involved in a wonderful group, and like I said, local to Cedar Park. And Roxy is completely out at this point. We're going to actually have to carry her out of here, I think. As a new mommy, she finally is getting a little bit of a break from the puppies. So,
Right.
So thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you here next week.